Hi, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm Karen and I'm here again with another pick a card reading. And this reading is, how does this person truly feel about you? So we have 4 sets of cards today. Set of cards number 1 is the pink cluster crystal. Set of cards number 2 is the amethyst sphere. Set of cards number 3 is the rainbow crystal. I don't know what that shape is, cone, pyramid. And set of cards number 4 is the blue egg crystal. So if you would like to receive my readings every other day, then please subscribe to my channel. I do tons of pick a card readings and they're all love-based. So if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will inform you every time that I do release the readings. So I'll give you a few moments to tune into the energies of the cards. It's perfectly fine to feel drawn to more than one set of cards. You can pause the video right now, but I'll leave a few moments for you to tune in as well. Okay, so let's get into the reading. So this is set of cards number 1, which is the pink cluster crystal. How does this person truly feel about you? So you have the divine healing card. Okay, so you have the magician, the Knight of Cups, the Sun, the Star, the Ace of Cups, the Nine of Swords, the King of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Lovers in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. And you have, you're so beautiful. Let's enjoy some time together. Things will change very soon. It's okay, don't worry. And you turn me on in so many ways. And then you have Voice of Truth, Humanity and Benevolence, Expect Miracles, and Love and Acceptance. So how does this person truly feel about you? Well, they definitely love you. They definitely feel this deep bond with you. They really want to express their truth with you. They feel as though that you love and accept them for who they are. And that truly uplifts them. They feel as though they've met the person that they've always been seeking. They've met their soulmate, the one who's really going to love and appreciate them for who they truly are without trying to change them too much, you know. Obviously, it's okay to want the relationship to improve in certain ways, but fundamentally you are accepting them unconditionally. So they really feel so grateful to have met you, because it's really making them feel their own worth. They feel like you recognize their worth. They may have felt as though other people in the past couldn't really see the real them, because you see them on a deep level, and they have a lot of loving thoughts about you, because they do feel like it is a miracle that you've come into their life. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So they're feeling as though They're trusting in the divine a lot more now. They may have lost faith in love. They may have lost faith in the divine. But since meeting you, they really feel and really see how things led up to your meeting. They may not have understood in the past why difficult experiences happened in previous relationships or when they got hurt in certain circumstances in their life. But now, since meeting you, they can really look back and see those things had to happen in order to prepare them to be ready for this happy connection with you. They feel so much resonance on a soul level is what I'm feeling, that you really understand them on such a deep level, and vice versa. And they're just so grateful. They feel loved by the divine because they feel as though, and they see, like I said, how serendipity or divine timing really brought you together, how certain things had to happen to prepare you for each other. So the Magician, this person I feel was really wanting a relationship, was really trying to manifest that, and they feel it's happened with you. The Magician, they feel like everything has happened the way it has in order to get you both to this point of being in each other's lives or meeting each other. They're trying to manifest a relationship with you if you aren't currently together. They feel very powerful in your presence, but in a positive way is what I'm feeling. Like you really give them the strength, the self-belief, the confidence to achieve anything. It's like I'm seeing you coming together, and together you are like this force that is more powerful than when you weren't together. You know, you're very powerful, very strong individuals, but that energy combined is extremely powerful in a really positive way. They really feel as though you are soulmates or twin flames, because it's this infinity symbol. You're mirrors of each other. Your bond is infinite. So the Knight of Cups, you know, you make them feel really attractive. You really compliment them. You really bring out the good qualities in them. You know, some of you may have experienced difficulties within this connection with this person, and you may feel as though you've brought the worst out in each other at times, but like fundamentally, deep down, overall, you've really helped to bring out the best in this person. This person feels like the man. This person, you know, feels confident in being kind of like this traditional male role. You know, some of you may be watching this and thinking of a woman, and you've really brought out the qualities within them that make them feel so good about themselves. Basically, you're really helping this person to have their core needs met. This person feels like they can be a really good provider within this connection, or that is what they're aspiring to. Like you've given them the energy and the confidence to really go after their goals and dreams and really make them happen. So this Knight of Cups is really saying they feel deep romantic feelings for you. These two combined, I'm really feeling that this person gets a lot of fulfillment out of being chivalrous, out of, you know, being romantic, doing romantic things. This person wants to take off their mask and be open and be vulnerable with you and really express their love for you. And they really feel as though they're on the path of their highest good. Whenever they think of you, whenever they're with you, they really feel as though this is the right direction to go in. Every time I see white horses, to me it's like the path of your highest good. So the Sun, you know, this is the most happy card, positive card in the tarot. So they feel so much light, so much happiness. There is an element for some of you where there's healing of the inner children within both of you that is occurring. Because I am seeing that there's some worries, some triggering, perhaps some disharmony that's been going on or may continue to go on within your connection. But ultimately it's for ascension. It's to help you both rise up and love yourselves more. Know your own worth. Love and acceptance of self. Sorry. So yeah, they just feel so joyous. And I'm seeing all the red here. So you're making them feel more secure within themselves in some way. And it's just the color of confidence. The sun is definitely the masculine energy. It's about their free will. They feel as though you've given them the confidence to take action on love, take action when it comes to some kind of spiritual work perhaps, or being some kind of leader. It doesn't have to be spiritual necessarily, but yeah, you make them feel much more secure. It's like you're their biggest ally, you're their biggest supporter. So the Star, they feel as though, when you wish upon a star, they feel as though you're their dream come true. They feel as though this is a balanced relationship, or this could be what they're aspiring to have with you. Because we do have the Eight of Pentacles, so they may be working really hard for there to be a balance within your relationship, because they do want to give you their heart. They do want to express their love to you. They feel this huge heart awakening within this connection. So much peace coming into their heart. Their heart is overflowing with emotions. And again, there's these children here, healing of the inner children. So yeah, there may be like childhood wounds or inner child wounds coming up sometimes, and they're wanting the healing of that. They're wanting your connection to overcome the rough patch or the rocky patch. There may be some ups and downs that happen within this connection, but they're in their heart, they're trusting their intuition. They feel in their heart that your connection is right, that you are the one for them. And so they're listening to that intuition is what I'm feeling. What was I going to say? I was going to say something specific. They feel like this is like a major new beginning in their life, in terms of love. And this is all about that heart awakening that I mentioned. And when we do experience a really deep, profound heart awakening or spiritual awakening, sometimes, or, often it does bring up anything that's blocking us from really loving ourselves and seeing ourselves in our true worth, seeing ourselves in our true identity of our soul. So that can bring up all sorts of blocks, wounds, which can be triggered within the connection. Because I am seeing this Nine of Swords, which is like sleepless nights, intense worries, intense anxiety. This is thinking about the worst case scenario. At the blackest of night, like, things can seem the worst, and there's like this demon kind of coming into the picture here. So that's representing their fears, basically. So there is some kind of fear going on here within the connection. So where have I put this deck? Let me clarify this fear. What are they afraid of? What is this Nine of Swords about? Okay, so the Ten of Wands, heavy burdens, the Three of Wands in reverse, waiting for something, and that may be a fear of that not happening, something not changing. Yeah, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. One at the bottom is the Devil in reverse. And the Three of Swords and the Tower. Okay. I feel that they're all like intense energies. So what are they afraid of? They may have like financial issues, some of them, with this Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Or they may have fears, like if there is like triggering happening. They may be worried that it's going to make your connection fall apart, but then at the same time they may be worried of getting heartbroken if they invest in your connection and they feel as though it turns out to be something toxic. So this person may have like these little niggling doubts and fears. Maybe they've experienced a lot of heartache and breakups and people using and abusing them in previous relationships. So they may have entered your connection or relationship with carrying these wounds, these heavy burdens, emotional burdens, the emotional pain. I'm sensing betrayal. They may have been cheated on or something like that. So they may have had some trust issues, and that may be what's being triggered up, because, you know, this Ten of Wands, when they're carrying around that emotional baggage, they can't see where they're going. They can't see clearly. They may be worried that they're opening their heart and they're going to get hurt, or, you know, this is what that overthinking is. They're worried about the worst case scenario in your relationship, and they're worried, you know, that what they want isn't fully going to come into their life when it comes to you. They're worried that it's not going to work out well, or it's not going to happen. And there is the King of Wands. So this person is wanting to protect your connection. They're wanting to work on your partnership, because behind his throne is the couple and the lion. And I feel like this person is trying to protect you, trying to protect your relationship. Perhaps for some of you, there may be, you know, these worries is like someone from their past. Perhaps they're worried is trying to cause destruction within your connection for a few of you. But so they may be trying to keep your connection like hidden, not because, you know, they don't love you, but for some, you know, this is only a few of you, it's because they're trying to protect your connection from outside forces in some kind of way. But yeah, I really feel like this person does in their heart believe in your connection. It's just like sometimes, you know, when our thoughts come up and create doubts and cause us to second guess things, but overall, you know, in their heart they do believe in the love of your connection, and they believe it's strong with this line here, and they're trying to stay strong. They're trying not to be triggered is what I'm feeling. There is the Eight of Swords, so they may be feeling a little bit stuck in, again, like those negative thoughts. 8 and 9 of Swords, this is someone that's overthinking to the point where it can be self-destructive. You know, their judgment is clouded by their past and pessimism. And the Lovers in reverse. So again, I feel as though there has been some ups and downs within your connection, but they're wanting harmony to return. You know, they're working really hard with this Eight of Pentacles to create balance and harmony again within your connection. And this is an 8. So again, they want balance. They want this infinite bond. They want things to work out with you. You're so beautiful, you know. They feel that you're beautiful on all levels is what I'm picking up on. Like, they feel like you're a very mature person. And all these cards that have come out here are like the divine feminine energy. So they really are seeing you as wise and beautiful and physically beautiful as well. And they're feeling this deep connection mentally, like mind, body, soul, on all levels. Let's enjoy some time together. So they really love spending time with you, and they want to spend more time with you. I feel as though overall they feel relaxed. They feel this peace in their heart. Things will change very soon. It's okay, don't worry. So yeah, they're overcoming their worries basically. They'll become much more in their faith. There will be harmony coming into your relationships. You turn me on in so many ways. So I feel as though they do see it's really beautiful. The star, you know, the naked lady, and the lovers as well. Underneath that, I feel as though they're yearning for intimacy on all levels, you know, not just sexually, but emotionally. And you're helping them awaken as well. You know, you're turning on their heart light, you're turning on their intuition, and they're awakening. So yeah, hope is this card. They have hope for the connection. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth. Choose loving thoughts. So that is what healing is occurring within your connection. Them choosing healthier thoughts that really create harmony within themselves and within your connection. Expect miracles. Remember that only love is real. Miracles will occur naturally. Spirit has your back. So again, they're trusting in the Holy Spirit. They're trusting in, you know, how you've been brought together. You may be both seeing number patterns, or signs and synchronicities, or just an overall gut feeling. This person's really learning how to trust that a lot more. Voice of truth. Stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution and speak your truth. So for some of you, this person wants to speak their truth to you, or this is someone who is very honest, and what they love and appreciate from you is your honesty, and what they need is for you to be your true authentic self. You know, this may be why sometimes some triggering's happening, because things are being brought out into the open. There is this honesty, but sometimes it may seem like that double-edged sword, like you're wanting truth and honesty, like both of you are, but at the same time sometimes it may come across in the wrong way, or you know, it may seem painful, but it's in order to break down illusions, and you know, bring up more truth within your connection, make your connection more true and strong, basically awakening, you know, ascension, faith, humanity and benevolence. Stay calm, trust the good in yourself and others, see the light in the world. So again, there's so many messages here about faith and hope and expecting miracles. And yeah, so they feel, and look, this is divine healing. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So yeah, divine healing is happening within your connection, and that's what they're really feeling. They're really appreciating how this connection is bringing them more into their true self, and vice versa. So I really hope that this reading has resonated with you, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. It really helps me to grow my channel. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And also please check out my other readings. I have tons on here, pick a card readings, and they're centered around love, and they may be really helpful for you. So thank you so much. So this is set of cards number 2, which is the Amethyst Sphere. And the card you have is Saint Germain, karma releasing, move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. So how does this person truly feel about you? So you have the Empress, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, the Seven of Swords, Justice in reverse. Move these along a little. The Wheel of Fortune, the Tower, the Seven of Cups in reverse, the King of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. And then you have, let's make a fresh start, I'm sorry, I'm showing you something important, I trust you, everything's falling apart. And then there's Lord Shiva, transcendence, charity, prayer and contemplation. El Moya, awakening presence. And Commander Ashtar, call to action. Okay, so how does this person feel about you? They definitely see you as this empress. They see you as incredibly beautiful. They want to express their feelings to you. They want a relationship with you, with the lovers as well. I feel as though they're like really attracted to you on so many levels. Physically, especially emotionally, maybe even in a deeply spiritual way. I do feel there's been some injustice here with the justice in reverse. I do feel like there was some kind of deceptive or sneaky energy which led to a tower moment, and it could have been either this person chose someone else because they had a lot of options, or it could have been for some of you that they just didn't make a decision at all and you could no longer, you know, stay waiting around for them, and it may have felt like a betrayal. So now they're wanting to come in. They do feel this deep love, deep emotions for you. But, you know, this was karma releasing. This person's had to learn things the hard way. They've had to go through difficult lessons to release karma. There may be karma between both of you. There's definitely been a lot of triggering here, especially to do with abandonment and rejection, wounds. You know, it's almost as though those wounds had to come up. Maybe you were holding on to each other too tightly. Maybe you were looking too much to each other for love and acceptance and validation rather than fully having that within yourselves, like that self-love, that self-acceptance, knowing your worth, knowing that no one else can determine your worth. No one else can determine how you feel about yourself, whether you feel good enough, whether you feel lovable enough or worthy enough, unless you give them that power over you. But even then, it's an illusion. I feel like that's the karma that had to be realized here, because some of you, I feel, have been experiencing a lot of heartbreak with this person because you felt as though this person wasn't choosing you. But this was part of the karma. This was part of the divine soul contract, that this person wasn't going to choose you and commit to you in the physical until you had learnt that self-love. Because, you know, your soul and this person's soul, because you're soulmates, you're from the same soul family, you know, at a soul level, like no one, you know, wants you to take a shortcut, basically. And if this person turned around and committed to you, then potentially you could have just held on more tightly to them, to give you that love and approval, and you wouldn't have had that peace of mind. You wouldn't have found that peace within yourself, that from having that self-love. And I feel as though a lot of you learnt to create healthy boundaries and really honor your own needs, and that was a true act of self-love. Like, a lot of you are knowing your worth a lot more now, and that is what had to happen. So this person, Spirit is saying, has always loved you. They've always felt that you are their soulmate, you are the one for them. They've always felt this divine connection just as much as you have. You know, they've been completely aware of that. Some of you may have not understood why this person wasn't stepping up and committing to you. But Spirit really wants you to know that it was an energetic dynamic that was creating blocks here. That is the karma. To me, karma is lessons. And basically, what Spirit is showing me is the reason this person wasn't coming forward and committing to you is because for a lot of you, you know, you were too dependent upon them for that love and approval outside of yourself. So you weren't in the vibration of self-love, and they weren't either, you know. It was a mirrored thing. It was no one's fault, you know. It was on both sides, and your souls agreed that you would both learn that lesson. So, you know, not as a form of punishment, but as a form of like unconditional love for each other. Like your souls agreed to help each other have this profound awakening, transcending illusion of, you know, believing your worth is dependent upon this other person. And I feel like this person was definitely believing at some point that their worth was dependent upon how you felt about them, and, you know, if you were chasing them, kind of thing. And that was making your connection go in circles. That was actually blocking you from coming together in a harmonious way. And so something had to happen to create a Tower moment. It may have appeared as though this person ran away or deceived you in some kind of way, but Spirit is saying for many of you, you were both wearing masks, you know, whether you realize it or not. And so neither of you were fully being your true selves, or neither of you were fully knowing your own worth. You hadn't fully awakened to your true like soul identity, where you totally like knew your worth and therefore had no fear of whatever happened. Because a lot of people have been holding on to this person and this person holding on to them because a fear of you know, if they run away, if they don't choose you, then, you know, you're going to feel as though, like, you're going to feel extremely hurt by that because it seems so personal. Like there was, Spirit is saying there were stories attached to whatever was going on here, whatever the blocks were. There was stories being attached within both of your minds where you both were like, the other person's rejecting me, they're abandoning me. And it was really triggering that inner child wound of abandonment and rejection, basically. But that was an illusion, Spirit is saying, because in truth, your bond is infinite on the soul level. You know, you're always one. It's just in this lifetime, you know, our thoughts create our sense of reality. You know, our thoughts create often a veil of illusion. So I feel as though there was a lot of fears going on here to do with, oh my God, you know, feeling like it was a life or death situation, whether this person committed or not, you know, subconsciously placing our personal power on someone else's shoulders, giving away our personal power, not knowing that it's, you know, our own perception of ourselves, of whatever's going on. It's, you know, how we see things, how we perceive things creates our experience of that experience. And so there was massive fears of, you know, everything's falling apart or everything's going to fall apart. And that was like, for a lot of you, for both you and this other person, that was like the biggest fear. A fear of everything falling apart. A fear, such an intense fear of abandonment and rejection. But that meant neither of you were in the right vibration to be able to come together, like in a harmonious way, in a healthy way, because there was fear. Fear was what was bringing you together in many ways, but then it was causing clashes, it was causing triggering, because, you know, fear is an illusion. The only thing that was real in this connection is the love. But it was like overthinking things, past conditioning, and, you know, I'm not blaming anyone for that. We all go through that. But there needed to be this awakening, basically. And so it may have appeared as though this person ran away and deceived you, but I feel it was on both sides, kind of like a self-deception in many ways, because of, you know, you were deceiving yourself, or this person doesn't love me, and that isn't true. It's like in your soul, in your heart and intuition, you've always known this person loves you, but your mind was saying they don't love me, they don't love me, they don't love me. And so it's almost like your worst fears came true and created a tower moment, but that broke down a lot of illusions. It made you realize that you were basing your sense of inner peace on this other person's shoulders and what decision they made or didn't make. And then, all those illusions crumbled for many of you. And you transcended those illusions. You had a deep awakening. You realized your worth. And then you realized just how much fear that you and this other person had, and how that fear was causing a lot of this disruption, a lot of this disharmony and triggering. And you realize how much that was blinding you. And now you've had to go through a temporary separation, but it's so that you could see things from a higher perspective. You could see things now. You have space to really take a step back and look at things clearly. And a lot of you are realizing the love was always real. This person has always loved you. And, this is how they feel. No matter what has happened, they feel as though they created an injustice, or perhaps in some cases they may have felt like you created an injustice. These energies can be either way around. They may have felt like you ran away. Maybe you had fears of opening up to them and you chose someone else, or you chose to stay with someone else. It could be either way around. You may feel that about them. There was this sense of injustice, but it created a tower moment. It's created a huge major shift, a positive shift. Truth, clarity, strength, overcoming the devil. The devil is like illusions, fears, codependency. Strength, clarity, seeing the truth. This person really wants a new beginning. They feel that you are meant to be together. They feel regrets, but at the same time, I feel many of them have a sense of relief that this major breakdown had to happen for you both to see things clearly, because this person may not have been able to see clearly how much you meant to them in the past, because they had a tendency to overthink or be overly logical, and they were like, what decision do I make? They may have had difficulties in taking action, but now they want to take this call of action. They want to take action towards you because they feel this deep love for you. In the past, they may have been the Knight of Cups. The love has always been real, but they may have still had a lot of armor on. They may have lifted up the visor, taken off their mask sometimes and expressed their love to you, but then they may have still had confusions whether to choose love or fear, basically, is what it comes down to. Some of them ran away when things got too real between you. It felt like a major injustice to you, but it created a major shift, and now they're regretting making a decision based on fear. I don't want to say the wrong decision, because I feel like it's awakened them and both of you so much, but they feel much more secure in trusting in this connection and trusting in how they feel for you, trusting in the love overcoming the fear. So let's make a fresh start. I'm sorry. So they do have regrets. I'm showing you something important. I do feel like they want to reach out and express an apology, or give you some kind of explanation, or really tell you how they can see things much more clearly now. So yeah, I trust you. Maybe in the past they didn't trust you in some way. Maybe they felt like you would run away from them. If you were wearing masks, they may have seen that as you weren't truly opening up to them. If you were trying to mold yourself to be what you thought they wanted you to be, They were worried that the real you would be very different, and you'd run away or reject them. And yeah, fears. They do have fears that everything's falling apart. They have a fear that things aren't going to work out with you, or you're not going to give them a second chance, or they're basically fearing that it's completely over. But all this had to happen in order for there to be transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. So yeah, I feel like this person had difficulties trusting in the divine, trusting in the guidance that was being given to them in the past, but now they're transcending those doubts. Prayer and contemplation. Connect with heaven. Ask and you shall receive. I feel like this person is praying like that things aren't over because they're so worried that they are. Contemplation. They're thinking a lot. They're worrying a lot about past actions. Awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So yeah, they are seeing things much more clearly. And this is eventually leading to this call to action. Take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. So some of them, you know, they may have been full of talk, but they weren't delivering. They weren't taking action. But now they're trusting a lot more. And so they are wanting to reach out and make a fresh start with you. Really take action now rather than it just being words. So I really hope this reading has resonated with you. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And also please check out my other readings. I have tons of pick a card ones on here, and they're about love and connections, so many of them can be very helpful for you to understand what's going on within this connection more deeply. So thank you so much. So this is set of cards number 3, which is this rainbow glass paperweight. And you have the Divine Director, intervention and purpose. So how does this person truly feel about you? So you have the Tower, the Devil in reverse. And this is the Sorcerer's Tarot, by the way. You have the King of Swords, the Fool in reverse, which looks really freaky in this deck. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords in reverse, the Empress in reverse, and the Eight of Cups in reverse. Some of these are actually more positive in the reverse position. I know some people don't like reversals, but for me personally, I find them helpful for bringing deeper meaning. So I'm praying to God. We are meant to be. I can see clearly now. This or that. I follow my gut. And then we have Heart Awakening, Soul Flame. That can be the Twin Flame card. Love and Peace, and Psychic Insight. Okay, so how does this person feel about you? Well, we are meant to be. They see you as their soulmate. There's a soul flame. Like I said, it could be they see you as their soulmate, their twin flame. You know, the label doesn't matter. They see you as the one for them. They see you as highly significant in a spiritual way. And they want to be with you, basically. But there has been a Tower moment. There's the devil in reverse. It is more positive. In reverse, it's about overcoming the blocks. It's about overcoming codependency, fears, anything that's holding them back, a lack of self-worth, inner criticism, self-destructiveness. It's overcoming that. This person, they want to communicate their truth to you. They want to walk their talk. They want to take action. They want to fight for your connection. They want victory. They're going to do whatever it takes to make it happen, is what I'm feeling. They see clearly now as well, after a tower moment. Some kind of fear caused them to basically not take a leap of faith. There may have been people, for some of them, who are trying to advise them against going towards you or taking a leap of faith on you. There may have been gossiping going on. That could be the devil kind of energy. I feel like there's connections to other people for some of them, that were trying to hold this person back, that was trying to create a tower moment between you both. But they want to cut the ties with that person, basically. And they are slowly but surely liberating themselves. Because there is the Two of Pentacles as well, which is juggling things. This could be indecision. It's like in their heart, in their intuition, they felt like you were meant to be. But they couldn't see clearly now. And they were, in the past, they were like this or that. And I do feel like people try to interfere. It may not have been malicious. For many, it would have been, whoever was trying to create a tower moment between you both and prevent you from being together. But for some, it could have been like their friends just had no idea what they were really talking about. They were kind of ignorant, and they were, trying to give well-meaning advice, but they just didn't know what they were talking about. What was this card? Intervention and purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. Okay, so that tower moment, the tower is divine intervention. So, both of you may have been trying to force this connection in a certain way, and it just wasn't working. There needed to be divine timing here, or something needed to happen that may have seemed harsh at the time, but it was going to create deeper awakening. It was going to create a positive shift overall, even if at the time it seemed like devastating and like the totally wrong thing. If it went, if it was counterintuitive at the time, it was divine intervention, and it was to help liberate both of you from codependency, if you were holding on to each other too tightly, or it could be helping this person or either you to release codependency with someone else. Like, this person may have needed like a harsh lesson. They may have needed to feel as though they lost you before they had, they could see clearly, and they felt, that was what was motivating them to cut the ties with things and people and anything that was holding them back, feeling that they lost you, and praying to God. So they're praying to God that you're going to give them a second chance, or the universe is going to give them a second chance. I don't feel as though they made a mistake. I don't feel as though they made the wrong decision. I feel this decision in the past, or whatever created the tower moment, I feel as though that's what's really helped them to see the truth, see clearly now. And now they follow their gut. They're not being disheartened or put off from taking a certain action towards you from other people. I definitely feel for a lot of them, there was definitely like this kind of character. She looks kind of evil. Someone trying to prevent them from basically leaving them and being with you. It may not necessarily be a romantic partner. It could be anyone who is jealous. It could be family, friends, anyone that just didn't want this person to be happy, basically. But I feel like they were trying to make out like they had this person's highest good in mind, but they didn't. So this person, whoever it was, some kind of karmic person, was trying to keep your person confused, because this is the Two of Pentacles, like, and they were like this or that. It's like they were trying to juggle two things, head versus heart. They were trying to establish a connection with you, but this person was trying to keep their one of their foot in their door, sort of thing, in the past. And this person was very confused, and so they wanted to take a leap of faith. They wanted to create a brand new beginning, but they didn't in the past. This is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So they were holding on too tightly to something that was giving them a false sense of security. So again, they could have been in another relationship which was karmic, which may have been unhealthy. Well, which was unhealthy. But they may have been guilt tripped. You know, I'm not saying that none of this is like their fault, so to speak. You know, I'm not trying to place blame, but, you know, basically I'm trying to say that this person wasn't, you know, powerless to make their own decisions. But they were like, I feel like mentally like manipulated, mind games, people or someone really trying to cloud their judgment and create fear in leaving them or leaving some kind of circumstance. And so they were holding on in a way to their comfort zone, or to what they already knew, or what they felt a false sense of stability with. But with this in reverse, to me it's saying they did want to take that leap of faith. They wanted to release codependency. They wanted to release their fears and fully follow their heart. But you know, it may not have been like a specific person for some of them. It could have literally been their own ego. You know, the ego tries to protect us, but ultimately it limits us greatly. And, you know, the ego finds so many things threatening. And so it creates a lot of overthinking, which creates stories in our mind. And then we believe those stories, the limiting stories, are true. So for some, it could have literally just been their own doubts and second guessing their intuition. This is, to me, saying right now they don't want to lose you. They're holding on tightly. But there needs to be this transformation within them. The skull, it's like the death card. Transformation, endings, in order for new beginnings to occur. The Owls of Wisdom. So yeah, they couldn't see their own intuition clearly, but they can now. So Eight of Swords in reverse. This is them liberating themselves from those negative thought patterns, or anyone that's been trying to manipulate them, cutting themselves free, seeing clearly, realizing that they do have the power to make their own choices based on their intuition, because they have psychic insight here, heart awakening. And to me, the heart is the gateway to the intuition, the soul's wisdom. So the Three of Swords in reverse. Look how regretful this person is feeling. They feel like there's been a death. There's been a loss of this connection. Heartbreak. It's three. So again, there may have been a third party situation here. Right now, they are beginning to heal more. They are beginning to have this psychic insight and heart awakening. This normally shows the heart being pierced by three swords. So in the reverse position, it's like the swords are falling out the heart, and the swords are about the mind and perception. So it's those negative stories, negative thought patterns are falling out. They're falling away. So this person can have this heart awakening, have this intuition opening up. So they are fearful that things aren't going to work out with you. There's the Empress in reverse. So they're afraid that they've really broken your heart to the point that you're not going to be open and receptive to them anymore. Noticing this frog here, it's like they're really worried that you just see them as another frog. You know, how many frogs do you have to kiss before you meet the prince kind of thing. I know how cheesy that is, but this is a metaphor for how they're feeling. They're afraid that you just see them in a bad light now. You see them as someone who, maybe you feel like you wasted your time on them and they just turned out to be this horrible person that wasn't worthy of your time. They're really worried that you're not gonna give them a second chance, basically. So there's the Eight of Cups in reverse, and again, look at how worried this person is. They're thinking about you a lot. They're really trying to think about how to make things right. They know that you've walked away. In reverse, they're like trying to get you to come back. They're really hoping that you haven't walked away for good. They're really stressing about this. So heart awakening, awaken to acceptance and divine love, give and receive in balance. So there may have been an imbalance of give and take because ultimately this person just didn't know their self-worth. They weren't in the vibration of self-love in the past, and so they didn't feel worthy of love, and so subconsciously they were just pushing the love away because they didn't feel worthy of it. And also because, this is about an energetic alignment, basically, due to, the law of attraction. If we aren't within the love vibration within ourselves, if we aren't within the self-love vibration, then we cannot align to give and receive love on the outside, as a reflection of ourselves. And so this person just literally wasn't in the right place to be able to receive and give love and have a harmonious relationship with you in the past, but they are having that heart awakening now. They're knowing their worth, and that intervention, that tower moment had to happen in order for them to realize this. It was really like shook their world, but it woke them up, crumbled a lot of their illusions. Soul flame, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. So yeah, they are rediscovering that lost part of themselves. They're rediscovering who they truly are, their true identity as a soul. And our soul is the pure love energy, and when we're in alignment with our soul truth, our true identity, then we naturally know our worth. So harmony and healing is returning to themselves, and therefore harmony and healing is returning to your connection as well. Love and peace. Let go of the need to be right. Choose peace. Mother healing is possible at this time. So this person may have been kind of rebelling against you in the past, being resistant because you are this Emperor energy, and in the reverse position it can be like perhaps overly mothering this person, or maybe trying to help this person too much to the point where they needed to learn these lessons by themselves, because when you were trying to help them, it's almost like you were trying to give them the answers. It's like the theory test when you're learning to drive, but it's not the same thing as actually driving and doing that practical test. And so they may have rebelled against you, or it could have just been an energetic dynamic where their soul just knew they had to learn the hard way, perhaps, by actually experiencing things. And although your intentions were good and you were really trying to help them, in the past I feel as though they just needed to learn things for themselves a lot more. I do feel like you definitely helped them as well. Psychic insight. Your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. So yeah, I follow my gut. That's following the intuition, and I see clearly. So what they see clearly now is that they're seeing beyond this confusion of this or that card, and yeah, they're choosing to follow their gut because they know that you're meant to be. And yeah, they're praying that things are going to work out between you. So I really hope this reading has resonated with you, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. It really does help me to grow my channel. If you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And if you would like to check out all my other readings, I have tons on here. They're love related. They can really help you understand what's going on within your connection much more deeply. So go check those out, and thank you so much. So this is set of cards number 4, which is the blue egg crystal. And you have Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Okay, so this reading is, how does your person really feel about you? So you have the 4 of Pentacles, the Devil in reverse, the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, the Fool, the 2 of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, and the Unknown card. I'm always thinking about you. I'm struggling to open up to you. You are my rock. I express myself differently to you. I love this path. And you have White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, Master Jesus and Forgiveness. I don't know how to pronounce that, and Higher Learning. And I don't know how to pronounce that either. And Cloak of Wisdom. Okay. So how does this person feel about you? Well, they're always thinking about you. They want to open up to you, but they're struggling to. I'm struggling to open up to you, and I express myself differently to you, or I express myself differently than how you expressed yourself, is what I meant by it when I created that card. I love this path. So I definitely feel this is a spiritual connection, because there's Cloak of Wisdom, Higher Learning, and Ancestor Spirit. So when I see that, it says connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. I feel as though this person sees you as their soulmate. You're definitely soul family members. You have this deep connection. Some of you may be twin flames. Ultimately, the label doesn't matter, but there's a family wound or pattern within this person that's been playing out within your connection. So Spirit wants you to know that you may have been taking something really personally in how this person's reacting to you, but it's to do with karma. It's to do with a family wound or pattern that's trying to be healed within this person. Experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So, you know, this person may have struggled in terms of being graceful. I feel like they have been trying to express their love for you. They've been trying to express their feelings to you, but they haven't done it in a graceful way, or they've done it in maybe an immature way. They may have tested your feelings for them in immature ways, maybe trying to make you jealous or something like that. Or some of them have just been really indirect with how they communicate their feelings, and it's left you in a place of confusion. Like they haven't been like really upfront with how they feel, is what I'm picking up on. But right now, they're trying to hold on to you for dear life. They're trying to hold on to whatever you've had with this person. They're wanting you to get closer. They're wanting for you to return. They're wanting to return to you, you know. However this resonates, they're wanting closeness. They're afraid of losing you. But I definitely feel this is codependency. And ironically, it's like they're holding on to you so dearly, for dear life, you know. They have this codependency upon you, but I feel like this is kind of their pattern, to be codependent. Because I also feel that although they're codependent upon you and holding on to you, they're also codependent upon their comfort zone, which is actually holding them back from being able to be with you at this time in a harmonious and healthy, mature kind of way. They're holding on to their comfort zone, but they're also trying to hold on to you. They have a lot of fear, basically. They have a lot of insecurity. They don't feel secure if they're not holding on to their comfort zone. They don't feel secure if they don't know where they stand with you either. So there's the Devil in reverse. It is more positive in the reverse position. This is basically their inner demons, their fears, their blocks, feelings of unworthiness is really reaching out to me. Deep insecurities. So Spirit's saying some of them have had a funny way of showing you how they feel about you. They've got a funny way of showing their love. And some of you, quite frankly, have got fed up with perhaps some childish ways of doing things, or perhaps them not, you know, following through with action. If they've been, you know, talking the talk but not walking the talk. Some of them, because I'm seeing this Five of Swords, you felt stabbed in the back by them. Some of them, for some of you, it could have been because they experienced a karmic relationship with someone else. Let's just put it like that. They may have got with someone else. But because this is a major arcana card, to me this is really saying that the major arcana are about soul contract. Like, this was meant to happen. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean for all of you that this person got with someone in a karmic relationship. They may have literally just been overwhelmed by their own fears, that's what's blocked them from coming forward, or they may have just ran away or walked away and you felt stabbed in the back because of that. But there may have basically been a temptation to run away in whatever form that resonates within your connection. They ran away to someone else, or they stayed in their comfort zone if they were already with someone else, where it was a toxic kind of codependent bond. Because again, you know, if that is the case, this person's also codependent upon the other person as well. They have a codependent kind of personality. Queen of Wands. So they see you, especially with the Nine of Pentacles as well. They see you as someone that's very strong, very independent. You've got your shit together. Look, there's the lion and the tiger, you know, by your side. They're feeling as though you're very spiritually mature as well, because these are like your spirit guides. They feel that you're very close to spirit and spirit has got your back. They see that you know your worth. You have a lot going for you. You are very independent, very strong, very wise. You see things clearly. You take action. You express your truth. And basically, they're feeling intimidated by that. Just looking at the other cards. it's almost as though they felt like you were out of their league, or they just didn't have enough to give or provide for you in terms of what you could provide for them, to them. And so some of them may have been tempted to get with someone they felt was more on their level, kind of thing. But it was a toxic situation. But again, it is an energetic dynamic. Like I said, I do feel it was a soul contract. They were supposed to experience this karmic person or karmic situation, whatever the situation is, whatever was blocking them. They had to experience that in order for that wound or pattern to be healed and cleared. They weren't ready to be in alignment with you, basically. They weren't ready to be in alignment with true love. So they chose fear over love. But now they want to take this leap of faith, because there's these butterflies here. There has been a transformation within this person. They have reached an epiphany because there's higher learning here, cloak of wisdom. And the Two of Wands, it's like they want to take a leap of faith, but for some of them, they're still stuck in current circumstances. They may have really regretted a decision because they feel stuck within that decision they made, and they're really unfulfilled, unhappy, dissatisfied, in their current circumstances. So they're thinking about you all the time. They're daydreaming about you. They're wanting to bridge the gap. They're wanting to reach out. They are wanting to open up to you. They may feel as though they literally can't if they're feeling stuck in a certain circumstance or a relationship, or if they're just stuck in their own pessimistic thinking or lack of self-worth or poor self-image, But they want to break free from those ties. They want to express their truth. They're wanting victory. They're wanting a brand new beginning. They're wanting this transformation. They're wanting the strength. Because they know that when they're stuck in their fears, they're stuck in whatever circumstances they're in, they know that it makes you feel stabbed in the back. They know that it makes you feel as though they're not choosing you, and that's really making you feel rejected and abandoned. So I feel like they're going inwards. They are having a lot of wisdom, like I said, a lot of psychic intuition. Some of them literally may even be going to psychics or even watching readings like this, trying to discover what's going on. They're really wanting to secure a future with you is what I'm feeling. But they're kind of feeling stuck still at this time. And so they're trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future, because I don't want to lose you. I'm always thinking about you. I'm struggling to open up to you. You are my rock. So they do see you as extremely strong. You've helped them in so many ways. They see you as this very intuitive, psychic person. It's very strong intuition. And that's helped been a guiding force for them. Yeah, I express myself differently to you. So, that expression may be being lost in translation. I love this path. So, they don't want to lose this path. They love this spiritual path. Your connection brings them so much deeper meaning, and they don't want to lose that either. So forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So yeah, that's interesting. There was a family wound or pattern can be healed now. Father, healing is possible at this time. So they may have had issues with their father in some kind of way. And without you realizing it, that's been having a major impact on their ability to be able to express themselves, perhaps. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but what I'm just seeing right now is maybe there's a pattern in their family about expressing their emotions. you know, holding back from that, repressing emotions, repressing of feelings, trying to appear strong and unemotional. For some, that may be what's been blocking them here. You know, it's what they've been taught. But now there's higher learning. You have learned from experience. Yeah, they really had to experience this for themselves. More inner study is now required to further progress. So they are going inwards. An awakening, cloak of wisdom, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. So yeah, they had some trust issues. Like they didn't know how to trust their intuition in the past, but now they are. And that was what's drawing them closest to you in the long run. You know, it may be a slow progress, but they are moving closer towards you as they're seeing much more clearly. So I really hope this reading has resonated with you, and if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please tap the bell icon and turn on all notifications, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. And also please check out my other readings. I have tons on here, pick a card readings to do with love and soul connections, so those can really help you to understand what's going on with this person a lot more deeply. So go check those out. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.